In the hushed chambers of forgotten temples, where moonlight kissed ancient stones and the air hummed with unseen energies, there lay an object not merely feared, but revered. It was a gateway, a veil, a shimmering portal into realms both seen and unseen. For the ancients, the mirror was more than a reflection. It was a profound mystery, an enigma that held both the promise of divine connection and the peril of soul dissolution. Why did they, who sculpted mountains and charted stars, tremble before their own reflections? Tonight, we peel back the layers of time to unearth the esoteric wisdom woven into the very fabric of ancient fears. We journey through forgotten civilizations, deciphering their sacred texts and secret rituals, to understand why the looking glass was not just a tool for vanity, but a conduit to the soul, a canvas for the cosmos, and a potential prison for the unwary. Prepare to glimpse the profound truths our ancestors intuited about consciousness, perception, and the very nature of reality itself. The shimmering veil, a gateway to the soul. Have you ever gazed into a mirror and felt a tremor, a fleeting sense of something more profound than mere reflection? The ancients did. They saw beyond the superficial, understanding the mirror as a shimmering veil separating the mundane from the mystical. It wasn't just glass, it was a membrane between worlds. For them, the reflection was not merely an image, but a tangible manifestation of the etheric double, a subtle energetic counterpart to our physical form. To disturb this reflection was to risk fracturing the soul itself. This belief wasn't born of superstition, but of a deep, intuitive understanding of energy and consciousness. Consider the Egyptians, who buried their dead with polished bronze mirrors, not for vanity in the afterlife, but as tools for the soul's journey. They believed the mirror could act as a psychopomp, guiding the deceased through the duat, the underworld. It was a beacon, a focal point for spiritual transition. Their fear, then, was not of the mirror itself, but of the immense power it held. To misuse such a tool could lead to spiritual disorientation, even the dreaded soul fragmentation. It was a responsibility, a sacred trust, far removed from our modern, casual interactions with reflective surfaces. Echoes of Narcissus, the peril of self-absorption. The myth of Narcissus, seemingly a simple cautionary tale of vanity, holds far deeper esoteric truths. Narcissus fell in love with his reflection, ultimately wasting away, unable to tear himself from the captivating image. This wasn't just about arrogance, it was about the peril of misplaced consciousness. The ancients understood that the mirror could be a trap, a nexus where one's focus could become irrevocably bound to the illusory self. To become obsessed with the reflection was to become lost in the Maya, the grand illusion of the material world. It was a distraction from the true self, the divine spark within. Many spiritual traditions warn against the dangers of ego. The mirror, in this context, becomes a potent symbol of that ego, a magnified, captivating projection that can ensnare the unwary soul. To gaze too long, too deeply, with attachment, was to risk identifying solely with the external, ephemeral form, neglecting the eternal essence. This fear was a profound teaching. True spiritual growth lies not in admiring the reflection, but in transcending it. It meant looking past the temporary vessel to the boundless ocean of consciousness it contained. It was a call to inner exploration, rather than outward fixation. The Eye of Medusa, a glimpse into the unseen. Medusa, with her petrifying gaze, embodies another ancient fear associated with mirrors, the confrontation with the shadow self. In the Perseus myth, Perseus defeats Medusa by using a polished shield as a mirror, reflecting her gaze back upon her. This is not merely a clever tactical maneuver, it's a profound spiritual allegory. The mirror forces a confrontation with aspects of ourselves we prefer to keep hidden, our fears, our insecurities, our darker impulses. The ancients understood that these repressed aspects, if unacknowledged, could gain immense power over us, effectively petrifying our spiritual progress. They believed that by intentionally and cautiously gazing into a mirror during certain rituals, one could invite a confrontation with these shadow aspects. This was a dangerous but necessary step on the path to self-mastery. It required immense courage and spiritual preparation. The fear, then, wasn't of the reflection itself, but of what the reflection might reveal about the unintegrated parts of the self. It was the fear of facing one's own inner Medusa, of seeing the distortions and imperfections that prevent true spiritual alignment. Scrying and divination, portals to other dimensions. Beyond personal introspection, mirrors were powerful tools for scrying and divination. Ancient seers, shamans, and oracles used polished obsidian, water, or even blood in reflective surfaces to peer into the future, communicate with spirits, or access hidden knowledge. This was a direct link to the unseen realms. The fear here stemmed from the unpredictability of these dimensions. To open a portal was to invite the unknown. While beneficial spirits and profound insights could emerge, so too could mischievous entities or overwhelming visions. It was a perilous dance between control and surrender. Many ancient cultures had strict protocols and rituals surrounding mirror scrying. Protection sigils, purification rites, and specific incantations were employed to ensure the safety of the diviner and the integrity of the information received. This wasn't a casual parlor trick. It was a serious spiritual undertaking. The mirror, therefore, was not just a reflective surface, but a condenser of subtle energies, a focal point for psychic projection and reception. Its power was recognized, respected, and often profoundly feared for its ability to bridge the gap between the material and the ethereal. The illusion of separation, breaking down reality's walls. Perhaps the deepest reason for the ancients' reverence and fear of mirrors lay in their intuitive grasp of the illusion of separation. They understood that what we perceive as solid reality is far more fluid and interconnected than it appears. The mirror, by presenting an inverted, seemingly separate reality, became a powerful metaphor for this truth. Consider the concept of the Akashic Records, a cosmic library of all knowledge and experience existing outside linear time. Some ancient mystics believed mirrors, especially those consecrated and charged, could offer glimpses into these records, showing events from the past or future. This challenged the very notion of a fixed, singular reality. The mirror highlights the duality of existence, light and shadow, inner and outer, self and other. Yet, paradoxically, it also shows their fundamental unity. Your reflection is you, yet it is also not you. This paradox was a source of both wonder and unease for those who sought to understand the true nature of being. The fear, in this context, was not of the mirror itself, but of the unsettling truth it revealed, that our perceived reality might be a mere reflection of a grander, more complex existence. It was the fear of losing one's grip on what is real, of confronting the infinite regress of perception. Mirrors as energy conductors, the power of intent. Beyond their symbolic and psychic roles, the ancients may have understood mirrors as literal energy conductors. Polished surfaces, particularly those made of certain metals or crystals, have unique properties that can amplify, store, or direct subtle energies. This wasn't merely conjecture, it was practical esoteric science. In temples and sacred sites, strategically placed mirrors could have been used to channel cosmic energies during rituals, focusing lunar or solar rays for healing or initiation. Conversely, they could also be used to deflect or absorb negative energies, acting as spiritual shields. The fear, then, was rooted in the knowledge that these energy dynamics were not always benign. An improperly charged or misaligned mirror could become a conduit for detrimental forces, or even drain the vitality of those nearby. This speaks to a sophisticated understanding of energetic hygiene. This hidden knowledge, often passed down through secret societies, underscored the profound respect and caution with which mirrors were treated. They were not inert objects, but active participants in the flow of cosmic energy, capable of both immense benefit and potential harm. The gaze of the other, spiritual possession and vulnerability. Another potent fear associated with mirrors was the potential for spiritual possession or vulnerability to external entities. When one gazed deeply into a reflective surface, especially in altered states of consciousness, the boundaries between self and non-self could blur. Ancient shamans and mystics understood that the reflective surface could act as a thin membrane, allowing spirits or entities from other dimensions to gaze back, or even to cross over. This was a risk, a calculated danger in the pursuit of greater knowledge or healing. This belief is echoed in various folk traditions, where mirrors are covered during funerals to prevent the deceased spirit from getting trapped, or to prevent other spirits from entering the home through the mirror. It speaks to a deep-seated intuition about the mirror's capacity as a spiritual portal. The fear, therefore, was not merely of seeing one's own reflection, but of sensing the presence of an other behind or within that reflection, an entity seeking entry, influence, or even control. It was a tangible threat to the integrity of the soul. Breaking the illusion, the path to enlightenment. While the ancients feared mirrors for their immense power and potential perils, they also understood them as profound tools for enlightenment. The very properties that evoked fear could, with wisdom and proper guidance, lead to spiritual liberation. To confront the reflection, to see beyond the superficial, to understand the illusion it presented. This was a direct path to realizing the non-duality of existence. The mirror, by showing separation, ultimately pointed to unity. It became a koan, a riddle designed to shatter the mind's constructs. For the initiated, gazing into a mirror was not about vanity, but about seeing the cosmic dance of creation and destruction within themselves. It was about recognizing the boundless, formless awareness that underlies all phenomena, including their own reflection. The fear, then, transformed into a profound reverence. The mirror became a sacred instrument, a training ground for the soul, preparing it to transcend the limitations of physical perception and embrace its true, boundless nature. It was a gateway not to peril, but to pure consciousness. Unveiling the self, practical techniques for introspection. The wisdom of the ancients, though veiled in mystery, offers practical guidance for our own journey of self-discovery. We may not fear mirrors in the same way, but their insights into consciousness and perception remain profoundly relevant. One powerful technique is mirror gazing meditation. Find a quiet space and sit comfortably before a mirror. Begin by simply observing your reflection without judgment. Notice the details of your face, your expressions. Then, gently shift your gaze to your eyes. As you maintain eye contact with your reflection, allow yourself to look beyond the physical form. What do you see? Do you sense a deeper presence, a spark of something infinite? This practice can be unsettling at first, as it confronts the ego, but with persistence, it can lead to profound insights into your true self. Another practice involves dream journaling and reflecting on symbols that appear in your dreams, especially those involving mirrors or reflections. Dreams often communicate through symbolic language, and understanding these reflections can reveal hidden aspects of your subconscious. Finally, consider the concept of mirroring in relationships. How do others reflect aspects of yourself back to you? What qualities in others evoke strong reactions within you, positive or negative? These interactions are often powerful mirrors, revealing aspects of your own being that need attention or integration. The echo in the void, your reflection, your universe. The ancients didn't just fear mirrors, they respected them, understood them as profound instruments in the grand cosmic symphony. They intuited that the world we perceive is, in many ways, a reflection of our own inner state, our beliefs, and our consciousness. Every interaction, every experience, every challenge is a mirror reflecting an aspect of your own being back to you. The universe, in its infinite wisdom, is constantly providing these reflections, these opportunities for growth and self-understanding. The true fear, then, is not of the reflection itself, but of refusing to look, of turning away from the profound truths that our inner and outer worlds are constantly revealing. For in every reflection, from the shimmering surface of a still pond to the vast expanse of the cosmos, lies an echo of your own boundless potential. The ancient fear of mirrors was a testament to their deep understanding of reality's fragile veil. It was a warning, a guide, and an invitation. An invitation to look deeper, to question what you see, and to ultimately transcend the illusion. For in breaking the illusion of the reflection, you unveil the boundless reality of who you truly are. The journey begins not with what you see, but with how you see it. As the shimmering veil of our exploration draws to a close, remember the profound wisdom etched into the ancient fears. The mirror, once a source of apprehension, becomes a gateway to self-realization. Its deepest secret isn't what it reflects, but what it reveals about the very nature of existence. Embrace the reflections that dance before you, for they are whispers from the cosmos, guiding you deeper into the boundless mystery of your own being. Let curiosity be your compass and introspection your sacred journey. If these ancient echoes have resonated within your soul, if the whispers of forgotten truths have stirred your spirit, then join our growing constellation of seekers. Illuminate our path by liking this video, subscribe to our channel to unlock more forgotten wisdom, and activate notifications so you never miss a revelation. Share your insights in the comments below. What reflections has this journey sparked within you? And what veiled truths shall we uncover next?